How's it going, lads? Marshall here, and welcome to another review on the channel. And as promised yesterday, in the Giroud review, which, by the way, I've got to say thank you for your support on that video. You went Sam, so thank you so damn much. It's the turn of Batsman, or Michy Batshuayi, whatever you want to call him, and I've probably just pronounced his name terribly wrong. Even though I know how it sounds, I know how it should be said, my vocabulary just doesn't allow it to register in my brain, and I just can't say his name right. So it's either Batshuayi, Batshuayi, or Batshuayi. I'm not too sure how you do pronounce his name, but if you do, well, I do anyways. I was going to say let me know in the comment section below, but I know how it's pronounced. I just can't say it, lads. I just can't say it, so you're going to have to put up with me for that. Again, I apologize for that. And if you do want any cheap MSP, PSN, or even game codes, head on over to g2a.com, use that code M89. Every single link that you will need is right there in the description below. And like I said already, smash a like on the review. We're aiming for 1,000 likes, and if we can hit that, I'll be a very happy man. Lads, the team around him, we have an inform there on the right hand side of Michy. That's you guys want reviewed so damn much. So on this review, if you want to see the Alessandrini review, smash a like on it, and I'll get that out over the coming days or over the next week, because we could have the Prime Icon SBCs out tonight, which I will review all three of them if they do come out. So they will take priority for a short time before we get back onto the informs from last week and this week, but I won't try and miss any of them out. The rest of the team will go through quickly. Horn, Alibert, right back. I mean, what's he doing there? 7chem or 6chem, he did very well at right back, even though he's predominantly left-footed. Boateng, Hummels, Rose, Dembele. We have the Dos Santos brothers in midfield, Lincoln Alessandrini himself, Kevin Morales, and the Belgian kind of counterpart, Michy Batshuayi. So lads, let's get into the review. So here we go, and when it comes down to price of Michy Batshuayi, I'm so sorry for that. His price is between 50 and 70k on the Xbox and the PlayStation. I paid over 100k for him. I do regret that, but I don't regret kind of getting this card out to you and getting it reviewed and trying it out, because as you might know, I've used his normal extensively in the Road to Glory, especially in squad battles. He was my go-to striker for some time, and he scored amazing goals, and some amount of goals as well. He scored well in excess of 50 goals for the club, so he does very well. His normal card, so I was very excited to try his inform. I wasn't disappointed. 11 games played, 12 goals scored, and 5 assists, meaning he got 17 goal contributions over the course of 11 games. And when you look at his in-game stats, you know exactly why. When it comes to composure, it's 85. When it comes to finishing, it's 89. Shot power as well, very important to finishing and shooting in general. 89. Long shots 81. Positioning, how many 89s this guy got? So it's kind of written in the stars that Marshall 89 would review a guy with 3 89s right there. Is there any more 89s? I don't think there is. Composure is 85, like I did say. Ball control is decent. Dribbling is not decent at 71, and his dribbling does suffer, maybe because of that stat, maybe because of other things, the lack of 4-star skills, etc. But his dribbling does suffer. When it comes to stamina, side note on that, it is bad, but he doesn't really move, so his stamina rarely runs out, which is quite weird. It really is, because his work rates aren't great, meaning his movement isn't great, meaning he doesn't move around the pitch too much, so his stamina doesn't really run out in games. If it did, his stamina, massive corner, but I really didn't see any kind of negative side effects in game due to the lack of movement the card actually has. So in terms of concepts, let's talk about it straight away. Movement. Now, don't get it kind of twisted or anything like that. Positioning, movement, two different things. His positioning was 89 on the start. Movement is what it all comes down to. If you're moving away from your marker and you're running into space, that's great, and you're running all game long, that's great. You get strikers at high kind of work rates on this game, and they work really well because they're never marked. Batshuayi, on the other hand, he's marked all the time, which is very unfortunate, but he's got the strength to kind of push players off, but it doesn't say his movement is good, because his movement's not good. And again, with lower lack of movement, and he's not really moving in game, and with you using him as a target man, linking off him, passing it to him, passing it off him, he wins a lot in the air as well, by the way. This is what you do. You kind of walk around with him. You don't really sprint with Batshuayi, and that is why his stamina does rarely go down, even though it's like 68, so it is really bad, and that would come into the cons, it really would. But like I said, lack of movement is what keeps that kind of relatively even throughout the games. In terms of the best stats, then we have the finishing and shot power, maybe positioning, all 89, but the positioning It isn't great. Yes, he's in the right place at the right time to score goals, but he's rarely moving away from his marker, which is very unfortunate about the card. But he will score cracks. He's just seen one there. This one, he's running at the right time because I pressed LB. I did a 1-2 and he's moving in behind the defense. If he does get in behind the defense, he's going to score goals because his finishing is exceptional. And I mean that in a certain way where he scores goal after goal after goal after goal after goal. He will score a lot of goals for your club. That is a guarantee with this inform. If you're buying this inform off the market, you want to see it as a player to improve your team. He will improve your team because he will score goals. So will his normal goals. So what separates the two? This one is that little bit more clinical. Given the chance, he shoots with more power. Well, it seems that way anyways. He just shoots with more power in these kind of opportunities. Look at that, one-on-one with the keeper. Blasted straight past him. The keeper had no chance. Well, he did have some chance, but he wasn't saving it due to the finishing and the shot power, which is our first two pros. Finishing, shot power. We go into composure, but we'll get on to that in a short while. So the finishing inside the area, that is where the stat kind of takes place. That is where this guy mainly works. He works inside the area. He's not a box-to-box kind of striker. He doesn't come back on the defense due to his medium to low work rates. He's got a low defensive work rate. He's got a medium attacking work rate, meaning he doesn't push too far up the field. Even though you've got the instruction on, get in behind, press the back line, which I did have on the card, and stick target man on him. Use him as a target man. Get his back to goal. Link off of him. Make him do the runs. LB and pass. When you do it, it does a 1-2. Make it. You've got to do it manually, basically. It's not going to do it automatically. You've got to move him manually on this game. And that is very unfortunate about the card. It does come into his cons. Composure, on the other hand, is great with the card. It's very good, meaning one-on-ones with the keeper, he knows what to do. One-on-ones with centre-backs on the dribble, he knows what to do. He kind of positions himself well. He takes the right kind of shot types. He's very good in front of goal, and composure can kind of, you can see that's two different ways. Not the start, he's got composure in front of goal. You need the composure as well to know what kind of shot you want to take, but taking the right shot rarely comes down to you doing what you want to do. Sometimes the game dictates what it wants to do, and composure does come into that. Heading wise, he's great in the air, great jumping, great heading accuracy, and he does win a lot of goal kicks. Like I said, he sits deeper in the field, relatively like that area. Sometimes he does get on the back line. If he doesn't move him manually, he will score goals. A 4-star weak foot. Now, that is great with the card because not only can he score with the right, which is his preferred foot, like you're just about to see, he can do that, but you can always go to the left and bang out on the left-hand side because he's got a 4-star weak foot, so it's all gravy in that category. When it comes to the worst and the cons, etc., etc., I want to talk about his dribble. Now, I know his agility's high. I know his balance is high. I know he's got a lot of good dribbling stats. Even the acceleration, sprint speed isn't too bad with the card. There is something broken with his dribbling. I'm not too sure what it is. I reckon it's the stat. But he's clunky. I don't know what it is about him. He's very clunky. He seems quite lanky. He seems quite stocky at times. And his dribble's just not very good. It's not up there with the likes of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. His dribbling's much better than Batshuayi, which I can't understand because in real life he's a better dribbling than Batshuayi. But yeah, on this game, which it is a game, you've got to kind of realize that it's not real life or anything like that. His dribbling's just bad. It really is. And that is a con within itself. So what you want to do is get the ball into his head, his chest, his feet, link off of him, put the ball back into him in a certain area of the field, score goals. That's what this guy's going to do. He's going to score goals. Like I said, his movement isn't great. And I've got passing in there as well. And you might be wondering, he's a striker. Why do you need passing as a con? Because you need to link off of him. You need to pass. You need to do the 1-2s in delicate areas. Meaning you've got to do the quick. If you watched my Road to Glory yesterday and you've seen the quick passing I was doing with Gabriel Jesus, Martial, and Young Min Son, even though those two aren't strikers, you would have seen me link up and create many chances. Now Batshuayi, he normally takes a touch on the ball before he passes, and when he does pass, sometimes they aren't accurate. But like I did say, you do want to link off of him using his chest and passing it off. But you've got to keep in mind his passing isn't the best in the world, so don't go for the extravagant LBYs over the top to your like wingers and stuff like that. If he sits deeper in the field, gets the ball, you want to spray it over the top. Don't go for those extravagant passes. Do what you've just seen there. Go for the short pass every single time, and it will work with the card. I got tackled there, so you can just ignore that. But when it comes down to an overall rating for the card and a value for coins, I reckon he offers a little bit more than Giroud, so I'm going to give him a better rating than Giroud. So he's going to get an overall rating of an 8.2. I reckon he's a good striker. I reckon he'll do well for your club. Value for coins as well, 8.0. He is very cheap right now. I reckon he's very cheap anyways. Given a second inform, the price will come down even more. but he's similar players. He's in a kind of good company with Lukaku, with Giroud himself, and with Immobile. All great strikers on this game, given Giroud's lack of pace. Of course, that does come into effect, but finishing-wise, he's quite similar to every single one of those strikers. And when it comes down to divisions and champs, divisions, I'd be a bit hesitant. He's great and all, but when you get to the higher divisions, he's not going to be as effective. For champs, I'm like 50-50, but a little bit more than 50-50. I reckon he'd do the job in certain areas of the field, maybe in a two-striker formation, linking up with a faster, pacier, more agile, better passing striker in like Gabriel Jesus, for example. Someone like that. But he'll come into his own in squad battles. I know that from his normal card, and I know his inform will do the job even better than that normal card, because this card is better than the normal card. I will just say that. But that's going to be it for this review, lads. Hope you have enjoyed. If you have, once again, bring the hype. Smash the hell out of that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. And as always, I will catch you all next time, lads.